that getting a cancer diagnosis is a good thing or being in abject poverty is a good thing. The experience of the stress associated with the challenge, the adversity, that can lead to enhancing outcomes, our cognition, our health, our performance, and our well-being. People who have a stress is debilitating mindset tend to go to one or the other of those extremes. They freak out or they check out. If stress is bad, you need to either get rid of it or it needs to not exist. Oh, it's not a big deal. I'm not going to deal with it. You're basically in denial. If you have a stress is enhancing mindset, the motivation changes. How do I utilize the stress to realize the enhancing outcomes? What can we do to learn from this experience to make us stronger, deepen my relationships with others, improve my priorities? The motivation changes. The affect around it changes. People who have a stress is enhancing mindset have more positive affect. It changes physiology. Mindsets are a portal between conscious and subconscious processes. They operate as a default setting of the mind. What is my stress mindset? How am I thinking about stress? Can I reprogram that? Can I start to think about it as more enhancing? That takes a little bit of a conscious work, potentially, but once you do that, that can operate in the background, influencing how your body responds. The real challenge is, how do we leverage it? How do we utilize it? How do we work with it? And this negative stress mindset is so insidious that people define stress with its negative consequences. So the first step is to realize that stress is a neutral. How can I better utilize or leverage or respond to the inevitable stresses that we're going to experience? And we've developed a 3-step approach to adopting a stress is enhancing mindset. And the first step is to just acknowledge that you're stressed. The second step is to welcome it, because inherently in that stress is something you care about. The third step is to utilize the stress response to achieve the thing you care about, not spend your time, money, effort, energy trying to get rid of the stress. Treat yourself like a scientist. Look at your mindsets, find more useful, adaptive, and empowering mindsets and live by those. Any athlete knows that you can be the same physical being and perform completely differently just depending on what you're thinking. I was a gymnast growing up, and my father was a martial artist, a teacher of meditations. This kind of mind-body work was baked into me from an early age. What I've done recently is to try to understand it scientifically and to figure out, how can we do better with this? What more can I do with the power of my mind?